The Cardinals are now on the clock.
Cardinals are off the clock now. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
You heard his name brought up more and more as the college season went on. He really had a breakout year, getting the attention he deserved after having several monster games in which he looked almost uncoverable. Even when defensive coordinators started game planning around him, using double teams and throwing a safety in there for support, he still found ways to make plays. His quarterback put a lot of faith in him, and hopefully this team's quarterback will be able to do the same in due time.
Our very own Adam Schefter has more to say about this pick.
Like football, rugby's a sport that's played with guys of all shapes and sizes. In his case, he was one of the big guys pushing and pulling blocks in the center of the pitch. He was playing rugby for a university in Australia before he was recruited to transfer and play football for 2 seasons here in America. His first year was spent adjusting to the game, getting used to the different rules and how to play his position properly. The guy even had to adjust how he tackled now that he had to wear pads and a helmet. But his second year is really where we started to see what he could potentially do. He's a physical player at the line of scrimmage. The team was able to pick up a good addition to its line with a bit of an interesting history.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Let's go to Adam Schefter with more on Parker.
While he showed potential in school, he turned in one of the weakest performances of the defensive linemen at the All-Star game. Anytime he was on the field, they lost the battle in the trenches, giving up rushing yards and giving the quarterback plenty of time in the pocket. Matt Miller told me he got stood up by any offensive lineman he was matched against, and struggling to get off the block removed him from a lot of plays. He needs to develop some moves if he's going to get by blockers. You can't just rely on strength alone anymore, especially not in the NFL.
Hold on now. This pick is trading teams. They swooped in and chose Swope, Adam. What do you think?
This is a player that draft experts really didn't start talking about until the tail end of the season. The biggest topic of discussion was where the sudden change in production came from. I talked to his college position coach, and he told me that a nagging injury slowed him down early in the season. You can clearly see he favored one side over the other when he was put out on the field or even walking on the sidelines. After he was benched for a few weeks, he came back and played at a much higher level. Even so, some teams were still cautious and did a thorough medical examination at the combine to be sure he was completely recovered. The results must have been positive for the team to have just drafted him now. As long as he can stay healthy, I really like what he brings to this team.
Well, wait, looks like both war rooms are feverishly back on the phones. I think that means a trade is coming.
The Titans have just made Bradford their newest player.
One of this draft's toughest players, here's a guy who played the majority of his final collegiate season with a broken foot. Long suffering with plantar fasciitis in the affected foot, doctors discovered several hairline fractures across the first, second, and third metatarsals during a routine therapy session. Translation? His foot was essentially shattered. Recovery took months, and he used the time wisely, studying film of just about every NFL team and preparing for interviews. No surprise that he blew scouts and even a few GMs away with his knowledge of NFL offensive schemes. This is an intelligent, hard-nosed defensive back who's going to make his fair share of big plays before his professional career is over.
The Lions are now on the clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a trade.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles, in today's game, we've got two teams who come in with opposite records on the season. It's the Lions going up against the Eagles. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase.
Still 0-0 here in quarter one, but an early test to check in on as we've got a third down situation looming. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And out of bounds just shy of the end zone at the 1. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty...
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. A pretty big early test for the defense coming up. What can they dial up here to try and thwart this third down situation? They're going to look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. On fourth down, Wolf, but he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. Coming up here, this defense looking for a third down stop in the second quarter. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. And this defense in a little bit of a tight spot here. The ball is inside the red zone. Second down and 6. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Saw man coverage on the perimeter, and that was a pretty good throw. And it's one of those ones that wasn't an easy catch, but it's one that he thinks that he should have come down with, although I'm sure the opposing cornerback would beg to differ.
Now back to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield. And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
This offense so far on third down, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. Second quarter, this defense looking for a big 3rd down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. Second quarter, this defense looking for a big 3rd down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50. Just above 1 minute remaining here in the second. So out now come the Lions. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they're through the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And this is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. All right, time to jump back in. This defense already 2 scores down. Points here would certainly make their road back a tough one. Now a handoff here to his running back. A big hit. Knocked out sideways, right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And they'll get him down right about the 20. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game.
And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the flip. It's a third down situation in the fourth quarter. Time to see if this defense is up to the task. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. It's a third down situation in the fourth quarter. Time to see if this defense is up to the task. He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Things are not looking good for this offense. Three-score game in the fourth. They need points quickly. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw here. He's going to let it fly. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 69-yard punt. 69 yards. Wow. And the Eagles will have it taking over. A loss would have really hurt, isn't it?
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
The Panthers' pick is in. Adam, did Cam Newton get some help?
He's a raw athlete with a lot of upside, and the question will be, where and when does he hit his ceiling? He's still relatively new to football, as he was a track and field runner for the school his first 3 years of eligibility. He definitely has the body to play any of the skill positions in football, and he may ultimately end up playing a different position than what he's drafted as. I'm sure the coaches will love the athleticism he brings, but first they'll probably try him out at a few different areas before finding his best role.
The Vikings are now on the clock. All right, team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
In a league where schemes like the Tampa 2 are prevalent, you have to be able to play zone coverage, which was a concern for him at one point. He played mostly man and press in school, so there wasn't any tape of him in zone for scouts to review. When he came to the combine, the big test was to see how he moved in drills like the speed turn and three-cone. He did enough in those drills to convince scouts that he could be depended on in a cover 2 scheme. Now he has the benefit of being familiar with most of the coverages that NFL defenses run. His versatility can make him an asset on the field, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this team move him around a lot.
The Lions are now on the clock. All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
In what could be seen as a controversial pick, here's a player who has been followed by quite the reputation as a wild child during his years in college. Numerous social media outlets followed and shared his off-field collegiate exploits, submarining his draft stock. Even with his party boy perception, many of my sources told me that this was simply a case of boys will be boys and not the foreshadowing of a larger issue. Look for this coaching staff to keep him extremely busy, hoping to avoid any unwanted publicity. This task may be easier said than done, especially given all the potential off-field distractions that come with being in the NFL. He has the potential to be his own worst enemy, and should he be unable to focus on the opportunity ahead of him, this pick could end up being one of the biggest busts of the draft.
The Oklahoma City Twisters are now on the clock. Adam, what can you tell us about that last pick?
He entered the season drawing comparisons to some of the most feared defensive linemen in NFL history after a midseason disappearing act that saw him record just 2 tackles in 5 games. Many scouts were left shaking their heads in disbelief. Even with the growing concern over his lack of production, there were some GMs who felt his poor stat lines were a direct result of the increased focus he began receiving as a result of his hot start. One pointed specifically to reports of offensive coordinators fashioning entire game plans around avoiding him, knowing that his fellow linemen were incapable of picking up his mantle. He'll now have a chance to prove believers right, as he's expected to see significant playing time in the preseason with a line far superior to the one he had in college.
The Vikings are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock.
I see both teams filling out cards. You know what that means? We've got a trade.
The Lions are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about the player.
As aggressive as a defensive lineman as you will find, here's a guy who plays with reckless abandon in his quest to bring down an opposing quarterback. Many I talk to point to this mentality as the reason why he ended up with a ruptured pectoral muscle and cracked sternum, ending his college career. A tendo Achilles allograft reconstruction was needed to repair the pectoral and graft it back into place. Procedure typically takes 12 to 18 months to return from, yet he was able to achieve medical clearance in just 7. What remains to be seen, however, is if his all-out style of play will have changed at all, knowing that an aggravation of the injury likely means an end to his career. Fans of the team should not be surprised if we see a much more passive version of him come this fall. The special shoulder pads he'll need to wear to protect the area could slow him down by themselves.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We should have a good one on tap here today.
We have a red zone update. This defense stacked up here with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here we go. 3-19.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Schmidt. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense. I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get...
This defense already looking at a deficit on the scoreboard, but now what can they design here to disrupt this 3rd down play?
Here we go. 3-19.
On 3rd down, Schmidt. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Looking to throw. Schmidt. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. From the gun on 3rd down. Schrader. Hard throw. Incomplete. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting... Zone alert. Let's jump back in here. 1st and 10 at the 16.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Throwing on 1st down. Schrader. And that is incomplete. Well, too much oomph. Too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Schrader, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Off the bootleg. Schrader. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
Just inside of 2 minutes for this offense. Second quarter. They've got the football, but on their own side of the field. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Following the fumble recovery, Schrader. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On first down, Schrader. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lead.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. To throw on second down, Schrader. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. And here we go on first and goal. From the gun, Schrader. This will be caught just inside the 10. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Looking to throw on second down. Schrader under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard at the 8-yard line. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. On fourth down, Schrader. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. He couldn't get the... So this offense, they've made their way into the red zone now. They've got it a couple yards inside the 20 at the 18, first and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
To throw on second down. Trader. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Back to throw. Trader. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, they had their chances in the first half. A 3rd and 4 situation coming up inside the red zone as this defense looks to halt the drive right here. From the gun on 3rd down. Trader. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Now, this will be the 9th play on this drive. Back to the air on 2nd down. Trader. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was cooked.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there. A road win in the National Football League.
The Bengals are now on the clock. All right, now that the pick's in, let's go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
He's a Heisman-winning defender. Let me say that one more time. He won the Heisman, and he's a defensive player. Need I say more? You can imagine how well he played this season to win the biggest award in college over several offensive playmakers. The trophy was well-deserved, and according to Matt Miller, he projects really well as a defender in the NFL. I think this is a home run pick, and it's great to see a defender get some well-deserved recognition.
The Redskins are now on the clock. Seahawks pick is in. Adam, give us the latest information on this guy.
He's always been known as a smart runner, and if you just look at what he did at the All-Star game, you'd see why he gets that recognition. Every time he was handed the ball, there was no indecisiveness as he attacked the gap and didn't waste time reading the blocks. And when the line failed to open up anything, he still found ways to get a few yards. As Matt Miller put it, he may not be the strongest or fastest, but his vision more than makes up for any deficiency. He could very well become an every down back, which is exactly what this team could use.
The Redskins are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. Porter is the pick, Adam. What do you know?
Showing up to the combine overweight and then turning in a subpar performance caused him to plummet in several mocks leading up to the draft. Most of the scouts I spoke with could not understand how this kid could let himself go as he neared the most important day of his playing career. This led to several others questioning his mental integrity, willpower over food, and passion for the game. I can only imagine his new team will have him on a plane tonight to meet with its nutritionist and strength and conditioning team, likely to get him into a regimented routine within a week. When in shape, he's the kind of player that can make a true impact at the NFL level, but he has to avoid eating himself out of the league, a trap that so many rookies have fallen into in the past.
The Redskins are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. Redskins have just told Hall to come on down. Let's hear more about him from Adam.
As aggressive as a defensive lineman as you will find, here's a guy who plays with reckless abandon in his quest to bring down an opposing quarterback. Many I talk to point to this mentality as the reason why he ended up with a ruptured pectoral muscle and cracked sternum, ending his college career. A tendo Achilles allograft reconstruction was needed to repair the pectoral and graft it back into place. Procedure typically takes 12 to 18 months to return from, yet he was able to achieve medical clearance in just 7. What remains to be seen, however, is if his all-out style of play will have changed at all, knowing that an aggravation of the injury likely means an end to his career. Fans of the team should not be surprised if we see a much more passive version of him come this fall. The special shoulder pads he'll need to wear to protect the area could slow him down by themselves.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
So this offense has the football inside the red zone. And coming up, second down. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Again, it's Connor. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. What's the run? What's the run?
Operating from the gun, Trader. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Approach to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense?
You might want to keep an eye on that ticker down at the bottom of the screen right now. A little bit of a shocker in Charlotte. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. To throw on third down. Trader. And this is going to be incomplete. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this game will remain tied here. Coming up here, this defense looking for a third down stop in the second quarter. To throw is Martin from the gun on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Second quarter, this defense looking for a big third down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense.
Here we go.
From the gun on third down, Martin. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up third down. Just above 1 minute remaining here in the second quarter. This offense looking to get down at least into field goal range, but they're starting on their own side of the field. Throwing to start the drive. Trader. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now let's go. 3-19.
From the gun, Trader. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. He got 29 yards that time. Fresh set of downs here.
Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw. Trader. Over the middle, complete. It's Burnett. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Throwing again. Trader. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
And he comes back with one complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. First and goal here from the 9. Operating from the gun.
Schrader.
Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. A big play coming up for this defensive unit. They're down, but just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this third down stop in the third quarter? From the gun on third down. Schrader. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on down. Keeping this offense out of the end zone has to be considered a must here, as this defense can ill afford to go 2 scores down here in the second half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. The offense needing points quickly here. They need to find the end zone and also get the onside kick and score again. Looking to throw on second down. Schrader. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Throwing on third and long. Schrader got his man complete over the middle. That's Burnett. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
From the gun, Schrader. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again. Schrader. Buying time to his left. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a third and short, 3rd and 1.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Back to throw. Schrader. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
All right, here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's complete right around the 8. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. A road win.
The Packers are now on the clock. Packers have just picked up Garner. Adam, garner us some information.
You heard his name brought up more and more as the college season went on. He really had a breakout year, getting the attention he deserved after having several monster games in which he looked almost uncoverable. Even when defensive coordinators started game planning around him, using double teams and throwing a safety in there for support, he still found ways to make plays. His quarterback put a lot of faith in him, and hopefully this team's quarterback will be able to do the same in due time.
The Eagles are now on the clock. Patrick is now the pick. Adam, what do you think about that?
His college career came to an abrupt end this year when he was suspended from the team. I spoke with the school's athletic director, and he told me it was due to an academic violation. He was on probation and close to failing several courses before the decision was made between the director and his coach. He was able to turn his grades around, but his draft stock took a hit when the news broke. Scouts weren't too bothered by his academic issues, but his lack of playing time made it harder to evaluate him with the rest of his class. And now that he's drafted, I don't think the team is too concerned with his grades either.
Well, if you're wondering what the delay is, I think we've got a trade coming here.
Now that the Cowboys have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about him.
There isn't a strict dress code on a player's pro day like there is at the combine. However, with big guys like him, maybe there should be. After skipping combine activities, he came to his school's pro day looking a little larger than normal. When he ran the 40 and other drills, he decided to remove his shirt. And not only did he turn in a slower time, but he also looked a little bit out of shape. Despite the lack of conditioning, the team liked him enough to pick him here. We'll see how much better he can be once he's back in playing shape.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock.
How come nobody's at the podium? That's because both teams are right now working on a trade.
Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Dolphins' latest pick.
The biggest red flag for him came during the combine, where he turned in one of the slower times in the pass rush drill. As Matt Miller put it, his hands looked okay, but he lacked the proper bend and release around the corner you'd like to see out of a defensive lineman. He may not have a lot of success as an edge rusher in the league if he can't get off blocks. The team might use him more as an interior rusher, but we'll see what happens when he gets on the field.
The Jets are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features the top-scoring pass offense in the NFL.
No score just yet in this first quarter of action, but we have the offense in the red zone as they've got it here 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Trader. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys did not play offense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Trader. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 61 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Trader. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is
This offense trying to get it in the end zone from the red zone, but right now their focus, a 3rd down situation with 1 yard to go to get the first. On 3rd down, that's Connor. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Throwing on 1st down, Trader. And that'll be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 16 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't. Second quarter, this defense looking for a big third down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll rifle this one. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. And that one results in... A reminder, coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before that. Looking to throw. Trainer forced out to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
To throw on second down. Trainer, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover?
So the situation, it's third down in the third quarter, and this defense just trying to get the ball back to their offense to get back in this contest. On 3rd and 2, Trainer. Flushed out right. And some room to roam now. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They get him out of his room.
On first down, Trainer firing quickly here, and that's complete. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it turning into a runner. Breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
So now it's 1st and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Here we go now. Blue,
Looking to throw on second down. Trainer, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding. Offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Connor, he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. He's got the lane, and there he goes. 30, 10, 5, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. This offense has been sustaining a nice, long, successful drive here. Now they're looking to finish it off. 1st and goal in the red zone. From the gun, Trader. And it's caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A good, sustained drive. By the way, they're into the second half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. And how about the Eagles leading that ball game at the moment? A surprise. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And caught left side, Olsen. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down. The things got a little dicey there as soon as he exited the pocket out to the left.
And he ends up throwing it for no yardage gain. I don't know about you, but my high school coach, John Ford, if he saw a ball...
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Throwing on third and long. Trader, he's going to go up top for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well. Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the fourth quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 6 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. Let's see if the defense is up to a tough task. Ball inside the red zone. 3rd down and 1. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st down and goal, the offense knocking on the door. Here's Connor. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Back to throw. Trader. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
And his kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Scoreboard there in the 4th quarter in Philadelphia. It's the Eagles leading that ball game right now at the moment. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. From the gun on 3rd down. Trader. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball,
nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the 4th quarter. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. That's caught at the 25. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Well, field goal does him no good here as we drop you into this situation. Offense staying out there, and they are going on fourth down. They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. It's a two-score game in the fourth quarter. Onside kick coming up, and the kicking team desperately needs the football. And this will be covered up by the Lions, and that might just about seal the deal. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none.
It's a third down situation in the fourth quarter. Time to see if this defense is up to the task.
All right, now, look at 56. Let's go.
From the gun on third down, Trader. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our